Hello kids, and welcome back to the Latico Tech channel. In this video we are going to look at how to enable the rock to move to the cat, and then how the cat is going to be jumping over that. Is that okay? In our previous video we were able to do more code on the cat, and then how the cat will jump over the rock, and then if it touches the rock, the scores are reduced by -3, and if not, it is increased by 1, and if the score is 0, then it sends a signal and stops everything, and then the game over backdrop appears. And we also looked at the directions that it is facing whenever the game starts. If we click the flag, it should always face the right direction, or if it receives the start, it should always face the right direction. In this video we are going to look at the rocks code. So let me just, so we're going to start on this one. Now what I can do here is I will just going to copy this code here, this direction, duplicate. Whenever we start the game, it should always be there. The cut should always be here. So when we start, it should always be at this direction. Alright, so back to the rocks now. So we'll put the rock here, and let's go and then to the costumes of the rock. We are going to duplicate this rock and then give it a different color. So let's make it white. So we are using the fill with color to do that. This will be used, let's call it, so rocks and then rocks 2. So let's go. So whenever we start, when we start the game here, we want the we go to looks, and then we switch the costume to rocks. That's the first one here. It should always be this, and then it should be in this direction. That is the current direction that we've placed it, 170 and -6, and it should always show on the screen. So that's the first thing we need to know. Now when it receives a signal called start. Remember, the start comes from the button. We need it to go to so we need it to show. Well, so when we click, it should show, but when it receives the signal, we want it to hide. And then let's go to control and put forever here, and then it will start creating clone of itself, like a duplicate of the rock. So the original one will hide, but creating the duplicate of itself. And then we want it to wait a little bit, like 2.5 seconds before coming, so that when the first one goes, then the next one will come. Okay, now when, let's go to event, when it comes out as a clone. So when I think I'll see that here. When I start as a clone here, because a clone is created, and when it is starting as a clone, okay, we want to see it. So I'll just copy it, show, it should be shown. Okay, and then we are going to motion, set the X to 170, the same number here, so that is, it should be at this position here. Okay, so you set X to 170, then we go to control and loop it. We're going to put forever here, and it will start changing from this direction. So from 170 we'll be reducing an amount there. So we go to motion and then say change x by 10. We are going to change the 10 to maybe -4. Let's start with -4 and see. Let me move it here so we can see the whole code. So it will start changing, reducing -4 from this, so that it will be moving towards this direction. Okay, then we move to control and put if then. Now if this direction here, if the position of the x is less than -160, okay, remember the current position is 180, so if it is less than 160, that means it has exceeded this place. It will begin to vanish. Then we go to control and delete that clone so that the next clone will come in. Okay, so let's take a look at that. But remember, when you touch here, the backdrop will change, and we also have a different rock. So what I can do, the last code for this one is that when it also receives next, when we receive next, remember the backdrop will change. Also, when we receive next, we want to switch the costume of the rock to the white one so that it will go with the next backdrop. So it will switch costume to the second one. So let's start this game and see. Hey! 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 So when the score is -0, then game over. Okay? One thing I only like to do on the cat is when it is jumping, we can let the costume look like it is actually jumping. Okay, so let me look for that sprite for you. So I have a sprite here. So let's see. Okay, this will be jump. So I'm going to copy this. Okay, onto my desktop. Cut sprite, paste it here. That will be jump. I'm going to add it to the cut. So let's go to costume. We come down here. Maybe I can add it immediately after this one. Click to load. Then we look for jump and then upload it. So let's look for it. That is jump. I can move it up. Keep moving. So we come to the jump. This is the code that it jumps. So this is where it jumps. We can just say switch costume, put it maybe in here after the 5 steps, and select jump. We copy the same code and place it down here. So when it is jumping, we want to see that jump costume. Back to the costumes, let me see. Okay, so here, code. When I receive this, so switch backdrop, or switch costume to always, whenever it should be walk 1. When we also click on the button, this costume should also be walk 1. So whenever we start, it should be walk 1. Now let's play this, and then you jump. Hey! So you see? Okay. I think I'll take this off and then just go with what we have there. Right, what we'll do is just take this and this out, and when it jumps we should have a next costume. Yes, anytime it jumps we want to animate it a bit, so that is here, and duplicate, and when it jumps it should do that. Same thing here. Okay, so let's go on to the rock. So when we get to this side, the backdrop will change to a different stage and the rocks will also change. So let's do that and see. Let's go. Okay, so our score is still 0. Let's make sure. Okay, so I think what we'll do, we need to change the size of the rock to maybe 70%, a little bit smaller. It's kind of bigger, so when it is jumping it is touching it directly, so your scores wouldn't be the backdrop is changed to this again, so this is how it works. Again, let me play that again. Jump again. So this is how it looks like. Now we can just adjust a little bit of something. Let's see where we can adjust that. The jump, so the steps it takes it, let's make it 6, and so when it jumps it should move 6 steps, so it will be ahead of it. So let's start that again. Jump. So you can do this, the backdrop, you can get different stages. So this is just stage 1 and stage 2. You can have stage 3 and then you just go through the code and then effect that one. Okay, so that is basically it. So kids, it's nice to have you. Enjoy the code, practice more to improve your skills. Take care and stay safe. Bye for now. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel for videos like this. You can share a comment, you can ask any question. If you don't understand anything, I will get back to you. Subscribe to the channel, like, and be safe. Bye for now.